Chow's theory, the butterfly effect.
The unsent message. Regret. Lucas, 28, sits on the edge of his bed at 11:47 p.m. on a Thursday. His phone illuminates his tense face. He has just written a long message to his childhood best friend, Raphael, with whom he had a huge fight 3 weeks ago over a misunderstanding about borrowed money. The message is honest, vulnerable. Man, I messed up. It wasn't about the money. It was about my stupid pride. You've always been there for me, and I was an asshole. I'm sorry. You're my brother, and I love you, man. Can we talk? His finger hovers over the send button, but then pride whispers, what if he ignores me? What if he throws it back in my face? Lucas takes a deep breath and deletes the message. I'll wait for him to make the first move. He thinks. He doesn't know it. But Raphael is on the other side of town, looking at the same night sky, waiting for exactly that message. The wait. Raphael wakes up on Friday, checking his phone immediately, as he has every day since the fight. Nothing from Lucas. He sighs, feeling a familiar weight in his chest. Today's his last day in the city. Tomorrow morning he catches a flight to São Paulo to start a new job, an opportunity that will change his life. He wanted to say goodbye to Lucas in person, to sort things out, but his own pride also speaks loudly. If he really cared, he would have contacted me by now. Raphael thinks as he finishes emptying his apartment. He leaves the box of old photos of the two of them, camping trips, graduations, summer days at the beach, at the back of the closet. Too heavy to take, too heavy to throw away. He boards the plane on Saturday without looking back, unaware that Lucas almost sent that message. The silence. 3 months pass. Lucas finds out through a mutual friend that Raphael has moved to São Paulo. The news hits him like a punch to the gut. He left without saying goodbye. So, it really is over, he thinks, feeling a mix of anger and sadness. What he doesn't know is that Raphael left a message with that same friend to pass on to Lucas, an invitation to visit him in São Paulo whenever he wanted, an extended bridge. But the friend, distracted by his own problems, completely forgets to relay it. The silence between Lucas and Raphael solidifies, becomes concrete. Both interpret the absence of contact as confirmation that the friendship has died. Lucas starts going out more, drinking more, trying to fill the void of a 20-year friendship that evaporated due to mutual pride. The replacement. Lucas meets a new group of friends through work. They're fun, but superficial. The type who are there for parties, but not for crises. Among them is Marcelo, charismatic and persuasive, who quickly becomes Lucas's new best friend. Marcelo has a side business. He invests in cryptocurrencies and is always talking about the absurd profits he makes. Lucas, still emotionally vulnerable from the loss of Raphael and wanting to prove something to himself, decides to invest his 3 years of savings, 45,000 reais, in Marcelo's scheme. Raphael always held me back, was always too cautious. Lucas it's time to take a risk. If Raphael had been there, he would have seen the red flags immediately. He would have protected Lucas. But Raphael is 500 kilometers away, with no idea what's happening. The collapse. 2 months later, Marcelo disappears. His numbers no longer work. His social media accounts have been deleted. Lucas discovers, through other furious investors, that it was all a sophisticated pyramid scheme. The money is gone. His 45,000 reais, saved for a down payment on an apartment, to build a future, evaporated. Lucas is distraught. He thinks about calling Raphael, about asking for help, about finally breaking the silence. He even dials the number, but hangs up before connecting. I can't just show up when I need something. He will think I just want to use him. The shame is paralyzing. Lucas decides to handle it alone. He takes out high-interest loans, racks up credit card debt, tries to recover his losses by betting on risky investments. The snowball just keeps growing. The spiral. 6 months after the scam, Lucas is unrecognizable. He has lost 12 kilos, has deep dark circles under his eyes, lives on coffee and anxiety. His debts have reached 80,000 reais. Creditors call constantly. His car has been repossessed. He is about to be evicted. At work, his performance has plummeted. He has been demoted and his salary cut. One night, desperate in having not slept for 40 hours, he drives to a bar in a peripheral neighborhood where he heard about loan sharks who lend money quickly. He knows it's dangerous, but he's cornered. A hard-eyed man lends him 30,000 reais at 20% interest per month. If you're late, the interest is the least of your problems, the man warns. Lucas signs papers he can barely read, his eyes burning with fatigue. The call. Meanwhile, in São Paulo, Rafael is having dinner with his new girlfriend when he receives a strange call. It's Lucas's mother, Donna Regina, whom he hasn't spoken to in years. Her voice is trembling. Rafael, my son. I didn't know who else to turn to. Lucas, he's not well. He doesn't tell me anything, but I know something terrible is happening. He's lost so much weight. He doesn't sleep. He's always nervous. Yesterday I found a threatening letter at his doorstep. I'm scared. You were such a good friend to him. Could you possibly... Her voice breaks. Rafael's blood runs cold. Despite everything, despite pride and time, Lucas is still his brother. I'll be there tomorrow. Donna Regina. I'll find him. He cancels important work commitments and buys a ticket for the first flight in the morning. The rescue. And Saturday morning and goes straight to Lucas's apartment. What he finds shocks him. The apartment is almost empty. Sold or repossessed. Lucas is sitting on the floor of the empty living room, lost in thought, surrounded by collection letters. When he sees Rafael standing at the door, Lucas breaks down. He tells him everything. The scam, the debts, the loan sharks, the threats. Rafael doesn't say, "I told you so," or "You should have contacted me." He simply hugs his friend and says, "We'll sort this out together." Rafael uses his own savings and gets a loan to pay off the most dangerous loan sharks. He negotiates with creditors, sets up a payment plan. In a week, Lucas is breathing again. The debt still exists, but it's no longer a death sentence. "Why did you do this for me after everything?" Lucas asks, crying. "Because you're my brother, idiot. Always have been." The reconstruction. Rafael convinces Lucas to move to São Paulo and start over. He gets Lucas an interview at his company. Lucas is hired, slowly rebuilding his life with purpose. They become inseparable again. One night, months later, drinking beer on the balcony of the apartment they now share, Lucas finally confesses. "I almost sent you a message that night, before you left. I apologized, called you brother, everything, but I deleted it. My stupid pride deleted it." Rafael remains silent for a long moment, then says softly, "Me too, man. I sent you a message through Tiago, an invitation to come visit me, but I guess he forgot to tell you." They look at each other and start to laugh. a bitter and sad laugh. An unsent message, an undelivered message. It almost cost everything. The letter. Years later, Lucas is organizing his belongings to move into a bigger apartment. He's getting married. Life is good, stable. At the bottom of an old drawer, he finds a yellowed piece of paper. It's a handwritten draft of the message he almost sent to Raphael that fateful Thursday years ago. He reads the words, "You're my brother, and I love you," man, and feels a pang in his chest. He thinks about everything that happened. The scam, the debts, the loan sharks, the despair, the rescue. Everything could have been avoided if he had just pressed send. But he also understands something deeper. Maybe everything needed to happen exactly like that. The pain taught them something that ease never would. He carefully folds the paper and puts it in an envelope. On the front, he writes, "To Raphael, the message that changed everything by not being sent." He delivers the envelope at the wedding rehearsal dinner. Raphael reads it, hugs his friend, and whispers, "It was worth getting here, brother." And his team. Neither of them leaves anything unsaid.